So welcome to my review of Shredder's Revenge, a brand new game from Dotemu and Tribute Games. And this game is available on a lot of platforms, on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, Game Pass, and PC Game Pass. I got through all of those right there. And like a lot of you out there, I've been very excited for a brand new TMNT game. And this game looked like it was going to deliver. And does it deliver? We start off with an amazing opening, and all of a sudden, I was right back in the 80s again, and I'm like, oh my god, that's hitting me right in the feels, and I'm like, maybe we're in good hands here. Maybe we're in good hands. So I got into the game, and there's a tutorial mode to show you all of the moves, and there's a lot of moves for each individual character. And so I went into that and started practicing everything. Now there's a story mode and an arcade mode. So with the arcade mode, you have a harder challenge, limited lives and continues, no saves. In fact, it's realistically the arcade experience, right? That you used to play back in the olden days, where the story mode, you can save and continue it on and come back to it at your leisure. The game also has 3 difficulties. Now, the story is exactly what I want. It's not complicated, and how can it be? It's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder is out to capture the city, and it's up to the Turtles again to fight against him and all of his minions. And you know all these guys. You know all of these characters in this game, and it's a real comfort to see them all once again. Okay, for gameplay, you can pick the original 4 turtles, which you would expect, right? So they're all there with their movesets. You also have Splinter. You can pick him. You have April O'Neil, really good, and she's really good, by the way. I just want to say that. I really enjoyed using her. And also, if you finish the game, you can unlock Casey Jones. And I've got to say, he is one of my favorite characters from the original comic book. I always loved the hockey mask and the golf clubs. So great, so fantastic, and it was really great to see him included here. And the crazy thing with this game, it is a 1-player game, 1 to 6 players. Yes, that is a thing in this game. You can have couch co-op, or you can have online play with your friends. And that is extraordinary for this style of game, and I think that's the true power of this game and the true fun. And yes, this is a side view action beat 'em up style game, very reminiscent of the old classic arcade game that a lot of us grew up with, but this is a brand new game onto itself. And one thing that I did not expect, there's a world map. Yes, a world map to traverse through the entire game, and there's 16 levels to go through. I did all 16 levels on my first playthrough through. Did I do everything? Absolutely not. There's a lot to do in each individual level, a lot of things you can unlock. And you can also raise your character's stats and abilities through the game through leveling up. So you go through level after level, wave after wave of foot soldiers, and I gotta say, I love to see the foot soldiers back, and there's so many different variations on them with different weapons and abilities, and then you're fighting boss characters and other enemies from the past comic books and cartoon. And each individual character has so many abilities and attacks that you can use at any single time. One of the things I love doing is grabbing a foot soldier and throwing them into the screen. That was one of my favorite things to do. But you have mid-air attacks, you can dash attack, and there's supers that you build up and unleash. There's a lot of play mechanics here, and it feels good, and all of a sudden you start doing a lot of combos, and you're like, yes, this feels really right. And that's the difference between the older games you played in the past, is this combo system. And it gets really addicting. And the more and more you play it, the better at the combo system you get. And it becomes very addicting. And it's not only about fighting certain enemies, it's about avoiding certain things in individual levels. And within each level, there's certain achievements that you need to unlock. In some levels, you just have to avoid certain obstacles, not get hit by them. And you can also find certain items within the levels, like VHS tapes, and you get to bring those tapes back to certain characters within the city to unlock certain things later on. So it's not just fighting, there's a lot to do besides that. Now, we have to talk about the graphics here, and you guys have been seeing the graphics. You've seen them in other trailers. It is a sight to behold. I gotta say, the developers really put in a lot of time into this pixel art, and it really shows off. Very colorful, very detailed, and very quirky and perfectly fitting for the TMNT world. I never went into a level and thought, oh, this doesn't fit with the TMNT universe. I'm like, no, this incredibly fits with the TMNT universe. I was really thrilled by that, and I gotta say, I think they knocked it out of the park for graphics. I mean, honestly, for a 2D pixel sprite-based game, I don't know how you get much better than this for a TMNT game, and I think they knocked it out of the park. One of the strongest things in the game is the graphics, but it's also interacting with the environments as well. And sometimes in these games, the music can just be in the background, and you're like, okay, it's good, but it doesn't really stand out that much, where not in this game. The music really stands out, and what did it for me was the guitars in the game that they use at times was so great and so fitting. I'm like, oh my god, that sounds so awesome. And in some levels, you get this awesome retro style singing going on, and it fits so perfectly and makes you feel so part of the 80s and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It works so well, and I really think they did a great job with the music. Certain levels, I was like playing them, because some of the levels you play for like 10-12 minutes, and I would be listening to some of these tracks, and I'm like, oh my god, I really like this track. I'll be listening to this again and all of that. And that's the thing, you'll be coming through these levels over and over and over again to unlock certain things. So how long does the game take to finish on your first playthrough? For me personally, it took me 3 hours. That was with one character though, with one character, and you can play through this game multiple times, building up each individual character, collecting all of the different items that you can collect, and unlocking all of the challenges within each individual level. So there is a lot to do here, and also, it's not a full-priced game, right? So this is not like a full-price game, and you're only getting that amount of gameplay. You're getting a lot of gameplay, and you're getting a lot of time. And I want to say, we're in that point in the review, is this game worth it? Oh my god, if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, don't even think, just get the game and get some friends together. I believe this is a great party game. And I kind of get excited thinking about all the families out there that will be together playing this game and reliving the 80s, 90s nostalgia of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the past, but in the present, in a way that represents the past in its arcadey look and gameplay. But it has a lot to offer. Yes, a lot of the levels are kind of repetitive, but with multiplayer and your friends going on there, and to unlock everything that you can do, absolutely super fun game. And did it live up to the hype? Absolutely. I had an absolute blast playing this game. I had a smile on my face from beginning to end. Certain bits in the game, I was laughing at some of the characters and things like that, and the nostalgia. Heavy nostalgia for me. It brought me back to a really nice time in my life when the Ninja Turtles first came out, and I was just in love sitting there playing this game and going, man, I love this, and I'm really thankful this game was made, and I am so thankful I got to play it because it was really a lot of fun. So anyways guys, until next time.